We apologize in advance, but today we are getting into the nitty-gritty of pregnancy.
Hello.
Hi.
Ooh, a new voice.
Another guest. We're doing really good with guests this
People
season.
just really want to come on. They beg us till no
I've been
end.
dying to get here.
Everyone, meet my sister,
Hello.
Sara Goulden.
This is me. I'm the elder, better half, some do say.
Yeah. She's older, but also like a foot smaller. So
You're right.
I look like the older person.
Right.
But she's 2 years. By the exact day, we were both born on December 22nd, 2 years apart.
She was my birthday gift.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It was. 2-year twin.
The gift you never wanted.
The gift I never wanted, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 100%, yeah.
Well, we're so excited to have you on today.
Thank you.
Her claim to fame is the golden child of our family.
This
Noah
is me.
Goulden, her child.
That's right.
She had him when she was 20, so that was kind of fun. So I think today we're gonna just talk about her journey as a person. You've evolved so many different phases in your life.
You're so right.
You're just so interesting. And you have agreed to open up, so I'm very excited. We're going to learn some things today.
Yeah, you're going to learn a lot. Mm-hmm. Hang on. Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
I'm excited.
But first, I want to talk about how you prefer Instagram Reels over TikTok.
Obsessed. I'm obsessed. I love Instagram.
It's one of our biggest fights.
It really is, though. I don't get it.
I know, because Sara and our cousin Erin and I have a group chat, and I always send TikToks, and they're like, I can't open it, I don't have the app. But then they'll send me the Instagram Reel months later, and I'm like, I've already seen this.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
It takes longer for it to make its way. It's kind of like people who are really big into Reddit. Do either of you go on Reddit?
No.
I don't know what that is.
She also, preface, she doesn't have social media like Instagram. She deactivates it maybe every couple of years.
You're right.
She gets back on it.
I like to be a nomad, you know?
Reddit is almost like a chat forum. There's different groups and whatnot, but it's been around since before social media. But that's where people would post memes originally, and then people would steal them and then put them on Instagram. Yeah. So it's kind of the same similar thing where Reddit users are always TikTok and Instagram are not original, but now the comparison is if you're putting it on Instagram Reels, you're taking it from TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. I feel Reddit is the sleuthers of the internet. If you ever need a spoiler, I feel everyone's oh, I saw a Reddit thread. Gotcha. So if you need to know what Grey's Anatomy was up to,
I always do.
I know.
I always need to know what's going on in that show.
I haven't caught up this season yet though. Is it worth it?
I'm the same.
Can I give you a spoiler of who came back?
Oh, I know who. Addison.
Yeah,
Addison.
So we're obviously recording this beforehand, but her episode appeared this week, and it was so good. Or this past week now.
Was it just a guest spot, or she's back?
She's back.
No, she's not back for good, but I think she's on for
a good chunk.
She said a couple of episodes. So I don't know what that is.
I'm so excited. I love her.
But anyway.
Okay. Before we jump into things, I also had a things I learned on TikTok corner type of thing, and I found this one interesting. So apparently at the grocery stores, and I have never thought about this. And maybe it's only in specific countries because the person that was talking about it was British, so maybe it's only in the UK.
Yeah.
But they were saying in grocery stores they apparently make the tiles, which again when you go to grocery stores, do you notice that it's tile floor? No. Which is why I'm okay.
I've never noticed.
But apparently any store that has tiles in certain places where they keep the expensive stuff, they'll make the tiles smaller in front of the expensive stuff, because when you have the grocery cart,
hilarious.
Because the grooves are getting closer impact, it makes you feel like you're going faster, so you instinctively slow down and stop.
That is genius.
It's how do people think of this shit?
No, that is genius.
That is genius.
Oh my god.
I never knew.
But I'm pretty sure every grocery store around here is linoleum, no grooves whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to Safeway right after this, and I shall take a photo for everyone.
Yeah.
Or have you ever been in the grocery stores where they literally in the middle of an aisle there's a pole, it's a support beam, but I feel it's the same thing. They probably put the expensive stuff there.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Well, I worked at a Target, and I was head of grocery store. Nothing conspiracy theory.
Oh no, 100%. I've heard so much stuff about that.
But our end caps were very obviously specifically laid. But that's interesting.
I feel in Europe, maybe it makes more sense because they're using existing structures, whereas here it's new builds. Imagine how expensive it would be to tile an entire Target. That's pricey.
And also they're used to cobblestone, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Olden days, olden times.
That's so funny.
That's so
moral of
funny.
the story, Sara. So you're on TikTok now, though.
Yeah, I just joined. I wanted to use the Halloween filter. That's purely why I got it. That's purely why I got it.
The one that turns everything like really orange.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like orange and like red. Oh, it's beautiful.
So fun.
You just need to find the one TikTok to get her stuck, just like how I got you stuck.
Oh my! You know what? Now that you're on,
You started it.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, I got you.
This is why we have a podcast.
Yeah, literally like that
Understood.
day I showed it to her. We were literally crying, laughing. People were telling us to shut the fuck up. And then Toni was like, we should start a podcast. I was like, honestly, yeah, this shit's hilarious. Like, I just had
That
to
was so
giggle.
funny.
Yeah. It's so funny. But now I'll send her the TikTok.
I want to see. Yeah, I need to see it.
I'll just scroll back for a long time.
Honestly, I still have friends that like refuse just because of like the privacy settings. They think that like because of it. They're like, I refuse. So like you can still like open them. It's just not like in the app. Yeah. They're like, I refuse.
I mean, Instagram, same privacy. I feel like everyone privacy. We're
Same.
I would argue Facebook is worse.
Yeah, which
like,
is
I don't have it.
Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking robot and he looks creepy as shit.
Does he look so creepy?
Yeah. Especially when he's nervous.
Yeah,
He's like,
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Like he's always sweating, which is like really weird. Like I know I sweat a lot, but like you just seem sketch.
Yeah.
Like it's really.
and his skin is like so white, it's translucent. He's like an alien just sweating.
Yeah, but him and his wife. Like, she's a little bit different, too. Could you imagine their married life, like, at home? Like, I couldn't even imagine that.
What would they talk about? Like
so public, probably.
It's so weird. Like,
I just feel like they're both, like, such high-level, like, intellectuals that, like, their conversations are just almost...
beyond us.
So boring.
No, I don't think they probably have in-depth conversations. I feel like it's more simplistic than anything.
Oh, maybe, because, like, they already know what's going on.
Yeah,
and they kind of talk about... Like, what's the weather like today? Probably.
That's true.
I just imagine them in like a house like Kim and Kanye where it's just like concrete. You have like one table in the middle of the room.
Oh my god.
Like the nanny feeds the baby in another room. Like,
yeah.
I don't even know if
I don't want to hear my child crying.
Yeah, just muttering small things. Good soup.
I love that actually.
So
I love those reels.
TikTok, Sarah.
Shit.
Just kidding. But yeah, anyway, TikTok's life, and we always have that little segment about it because we can't stop talking about it.
Well, it's hilarious, so I can see why.
Yeah.
But it's just like the fun things that like I feel like TikTok gives me like minor anxiety because you just learn so many things that you didn't before, and I was like, this is overwhelming information.
And I like now I don't even watch TV at night. I just like scroll through TikTok on my bed, and it's quite enjoyable.
It sounds kind of good. Yeah.
It's good. It's a little obsessive, but anyway.
That's fine. We're all a little bit obsessive. It's cool.
Enough TikTok talk. On to the main story of the hour.
Meat and the potatoes. But this is going to be very conversational. Like I said, you got pregnant at 19. You had your baby at 20.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a shock to the system. I mean, more to
shocking.
you. But But like for some context, Sarah and I, went to a Catholic private school.
Yeah, big news.
Yeah. Not a lot of people are walking around pregnant.
Hell no.
Halls.
Is that like the top gossip?
It was the top.
Well, it was really funny because you were out of high school.
I was. I graduated when I was 18, so I was out for about a year.
Yeah. So you graduated
I was
at 18.
out of penitentiary.
And I was in grade 12 when you were announced that you were pregnant, and then out when you had it in university. Yeah. Very interesting. But before we get into the pregnancy talk, Sarah had a little bit of a rebellious stage. I feel
just like a little.
Again, we graduated high school. I mean, I don't really think I had a rebellious stage. We always like joke about
compared to you, I definitely did.
Yeah. Like you blew me out of the water. But like, you graduate Catholic school, and you just like.
I needed to be free.
Kind of like met the wrong people, and things just like spiraled.
Totally.
I have a couple of things like written down of like I wanted to say, but like you got some tattoos.
You dabbled
in some substances.
Had a coke addiction at one point in time. There it was.
Should we hop right into that?
We can hop right into it if you need to.
Was it?
That's later on in my life though.
Okay, well let's start with the tattoos then, because I feel like that was like
that was day one. This was it for me. Yeah, because like I always thought that was gonna be it. Like I'm gonna get a tattoo. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, she's a girl with a tattoo." Yeah. No, I had a tattoo and pregnant.
So
I was that girl.
But you got a tattoo while you were pregnant?
No, it happened. It happened a few months. Probably maybe like a few months before.
Before, for sure.
Yeah, definitely before.
It's a good story. So the first one was your heart on your ankle, right?
Yeah. So I was 18. I was fresh out of high school, and I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and we were hanging out with these kind of people that love to do stuff after hours. So my first tattoo was done in the basement around 2 a.m. for about $20 on my ankle.
And red heart.
And it hurt like a bitch. Like I cried so hard. But then I realized I still had to go home to my parents. So I told everybody that it was just Sharpie, no big deal. And I walked away.
It was on your ankle though?
So like it was on my ankle.
And she was sitting. I remember like you were sitting at the kitchen bar and your leg is out and Dad was like, "What's that?"
And I was like, "Fuck." So obviously I came up with that, we were just hanging out and drinking and we decided to Sharpie ourselves and it's just Sharpie, like no big deal. And I definitely walked away from that conversation with my parents like, fooled you, like got you, and then absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like who would believe that?
And they're like, "Was that Sharpie?" I'm like, "I don't think so."
Yeah,
yeah, we don't think so. It was so funny. The Sara always thought she got away with it. She always thought she got away with it.
Always.
And she'd leave and be like, "Oh, jig's up." Like we don't.
I'm sure there's so many things like growing up as kids where we think we get away with it, and the parents just like, "I'm just not gonna bother with this one today."
It's even like drinking. Like
totally.
Mom doesn't know that I'm hungover. I'm just sick on the couch, and then
I just had the flu.
Yeah,
no
Mom's
big
like,
deal.
"Absolutely, I knew you were drinking. You smelled like a bar." Like
I remember going to like a school dance once, and one of my best friends, like she's Asian, so she gets like the Asian flush when she drinks a lot of alcohol.
Yep.
And I remember like she was like beet red, like in the face. And as we were walking like into our school dance, there's like a ton of like chaperones and stuff. I was like, just tell them you're having an allergic reaction, something like as if adults wouldn't know
you're
more
overheating.
Than us teenagers that the Asian flush exists.
I know it's so funny.
It's so funny. Like parents are way smarter, and now that you are a parent, like you feel that
100%.
Like, even as an aunt, I'm like, I know you're goddamn lying, Noah. Like what
I can
heck?
see it. I know. And kids think they're so smart. Like I was one of them. I thought I was so smart. It's just Sharpie, no big deal. Like absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so your rebellious stage started with like your tattoos pre-pregnancy. Did anything happen like before your pregnancy with baby daddy?
You know,
because he was like that crowd was questionable.
Yeah.
Scary.
That crowd was.
Like, lock your door.
Like, where'd you meet him?
Okay, so
good question.
Yeah, Port Coquitlam. Not saying anything bad about that little town.
Like literally, I live at the top of the hill. Port Coquitlam's at the very.
What a shit town!
I get it because I grew up in Coquitlam, and anytime like our old boss Kat, she'd always be like, "Oh, how was Poco this weekend?" I was like, "I don't live in Port Coquitlam.
You have to.
I live in Coquitlam."
Huge difference.
You have to define that. You have to define that. Yeah. No. So we were in the heart of the shit Poco.
Honestly,
honestly, yeah. And you know. All the people that kind of live there, they're so awesome. But like, there's a few ins and outs where it's a bit of a dark alley situation.
Yes.
And the people that I hung out with, I actually met in a dark alley. So that's red flag numero uno. You know,
literally right out of a movie.
Like, yeah, like I was like, hey, you guys look creepy. What's up? Let's be friends. You know? Yeah. So like, it's not like we did the most amazing things, but it was never anything illegal. Like it was always just we hung out in the basement, we stayed up, we drank. You know. Yeah, absolutely. We got tattoos in basements for $20. We thought it was cool. We thought we were the shit. You know?
Yeah, that's so true.
And then all of a sudden you get pregnant and you're like, fuck, oh my God, I'm not as cool as I thought I was because here I am. Yeah. Like, here I am.
You're a statistic.
I am.
Okay,
I'm a statistic.
So going in to find out you're pregnant is a very interesting story, and I don't think Alex obviously knows, and the audience, I mean, the people who know us probably know, but it was a very interesting day. It was very unexpected for everyone, including you. So how did you find out? Okay, so it was actually like a few days that this whole thing went on because I kind of had a feeling as a woman, you kind of just know, I think I'm pregnant. But like at the same time, I was 19, so I was like, I'm probably just fucking hungover, like whatever. Yeah. So we ended up taking a few different pregnancy tests. One was negative, 2 were positive. So I was like, okay.
There's a chance.
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody because I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't heard this story.
So I know, surprise. So then I go home to Mom's in Burnaby, and I was like, Mom, like I'm not feeling well. I think we need to make an appointment with Dr. Graywall, who's our doctor. Shout out. And what's up, girl? Love you. Had an appointment last Tuesday. What's up? Love her. Love her. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, Mom, like I don't feel good. Like, I think maybe like it's my gallbladder. Like, you gotta call the doctor. Blah blah blah. So we go to the doctor's office, and I'll never forget. I was sitting there, and she's like, "Let's take a pregnancy test." And I like look over at Mom, and Mom's looking over at me, and I'm like, could you maybe leave the room, or I don't know. So like I took the test.
Normally don't the doctors like ask your parents to leave, especially because you were over the age of 18.
We were. But no, she was in the room because we were ruling it out. We walked in that room knowing it wasn't.
And that's usually the first thing. Like every doctor's appointment, I usually have to take one or whatever. Yeah.
Oh really?
Well,
depends what you get.
Okay. Doctor visits. You gotta.
Absolutely. Yeah. So So then mom leaves the room and I do the test and I'm sitting in there and I'm like, absolutely not thinking about it because I think it's my gallbladder and I think I'm just dying, and so no problem. So I'm sitting in the room and it's just myself, and she walks in, my doctor, and she goes, well, not to be alarming, but you're pregnant. Burst into tears, and I was like, oh fuck, my mom's sitting out in the waiting room, how am I even supposed to tell her?
So I
was alone. Yeah, okay. So I was alone in the room. Sorry, wow. So it was just the doctor that came back in. So the doctor was like, do you want a second? Do you want me and you to talk? Do you want your mom to come in? And I was like, no, I think I need my mom. So mom came in and I looked at her and I couldn't even talk. I just bursted right in the tears and I was like, Mom, pregnant. I barely could get the words out, and mom's like, you're pregnant? Shut the hell up. You're not pregnant. Get on. Yeah, no, there's no way. And then I was like, no, the way is here. We have found it. And then, when we left the doctors, and then we ended up having to go to FedEx after. So mom and I had this huge conversation about me being pregnant as a teenager in the FedEx parking lot. This was it. Yeah, and that's how we were talking about how we were going to go home and, tell dad and tell you and tell everybody. And
I'll never forget that day.
I will never forget it.
Yeah. So you get home, and from my perspective, you walk in, and it's immediate. I'm at the computer doing homework, downstairs,
and you just felt the tension come in.
And she felt and then so she comes in, and I'm like, oh my god, what's wrong? She goes, I'm pregnant. Same response. No way.
Yeah.
I'm like, no way. Oh my god. Preface this. I don't even know who told you this, but we were at a party a week previous, and we knew Sara was up to shenanigans, and we joked. They're like, what if your sister ever got pregnant? I was like, boom. No,
yeah.
That's so weird. No, she would never, whatever. And so when you told me that, I bursted into tears because this is so dramatic.
I know. I remember you cried so hard.
And then obviously, I wasn't there for the conversation with dad and mom, but they reacted pretty normal to a parent finding out, their daughter was whatever, right?
Looking back on it now, so normal.
So normal. And they were so supportive. I mean, one blink of oh my god, what the frick's happening to okay, game plan.
No, absolutely. It's funny, I'll never forget when my dad turned.
Yeah.
He literally was like, I could totally imagine a little boy running around my house. And I will never forget that he said those words, and I was like, oh my god, that must have brought okay.
That must have brought so much comfort.
So we were sitting on the deck, and obviously we were like, well, you have options. Let's run through. And dad was like, absolutely not.
He was very adamant about it.
And he always called it a boy, which was really funny.
Yeah, he knew.
But anyway, so during that, you guys are upstairs, I'm downstairs, and I'm like, oh my god, my sister's pregnant. I go into our spare bedroom in the closet. I crouch down and I call my best friend Amanda.
That's funny. That's where I go to for any of my.
It's so funny.
I need to go in my closet.
It's not a walk-in closet. It's just a fucking closet.
Yeah, that's me too. I move my clothing out of the way and I sit underneath. Yeah.
And I'm whispering because intense conversations are happening above, and I'm like, Amanda, I'm in the closet. I am crying. My sister Sarah's pregnant. And because we just joked about this last Saturday at a party, she's like, no, you're not. Shut up. I'm like, I am not lying. I'm pregnant. What the heck? And so she's like, oh my god, that's crazy. For some reason, I couldn't go to see her. She was doing something. And so there was a time where we just needed to, we all just needed to take a step back. Yeah, Sarah was like, I just need to take a step back. This has been an emotional day. I need to go see baby daddy.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I need a break too. I'm so sad.
Overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed.
It was
I'll
insane.
drive you. So I drive you. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go home right now. I just I need to talk to a friend. So I go over to my other best friend, Sara. And I'm like, Sara, bawling my eyes out in the car. Sara, I need to tell you something. I'm driving to your house. Are you there? She's like, oh my god, yes, of course. And so I knock on the door, and her dad answers. Oh. And he's like, oh my god, Toni Rose, are you fine? And Sarah's like, she's fine. She we go into her room and talk. I'm like, I can't believe she's pregnant. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
It was a crazy day.
It's big news.
Wait, no, I'm curious though. Were you upset, or were you just overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed. I don't even remember the emotion, but it was just shocking, overwhelmed. It was an elevated, or not an argument, but it was a conversation. It was just a shocking thing.
It was an elevated anxiety attack. Exactly.
Everyone knows I have anxiety. Maybe that started there.
I think of the comparison, because actually now that I think about it, my sister was also pregnant at the same time. Same age, not same time as you.
I didn't know that.
She got married when she was 19. A week later, she turned 20, and then I think she was still pregnant on her 21st birthday. So a little bit later.
Yeah.
But I remember the day my mom called me. She's like, your sister's pregnant. I was on the bus going to school, and I was like, sick. But it was like, they got married. It's like the succession. I was like, awesome. Kate, gotta go bye.
Yeah.
So it's just like so different.
Well, like, what else do you say? Yeah. Like, what else do you say?
Got back together the next day. I was like, baby, like, I'm totally in it. But we all needed a minute to breathe or whatever, right?
I think it was good.
And it was that night I was supposed to go visit my university campus. And my mom and dad were like, well, we can still go. I'm like, I don't think this day is about me anymore. No, let's do it. So we went to, like, I remember this so vividly. We go to Starbucks, we go to Capilano University, shout out. You kicked me out, but anyway, so we get there and we're like looking around the campus and we're just like talking, like feel good. And I update my BBM status. I'm gonna be an aunt.
Yeah. Before she told her?
No.
Did you imagine bitch?
No. It was like out. It was good. She like told all the people she needed to tell. And so then I like updated my status and it was really funny. And like the next day at school, they're like, is your sister really pregnant? Because I'm still in Catholic private school. Right?
No, I know. It was such a huge thing.
It was a crazy couple of weeks, but then it like set in.
It did.
My 5'2" sister's gonna be big.
That's what I was.
Did you find that like people were gossiping about it because like you weren't married or like what?
No one was gossiping about it, but like all my friends like just couldn't believe it. And then like you announced on Facebook or something like an ultrasound. Yeah. And then I updated my BBM stat, like whatever. And then they all came to me being like, are you shitting me? Like, is this a joke? Like what? Like
it's just so unexpected for everybody.
Gossip. Yeah. Everyone just was like, is it true? Like that's crazy. Like who's the dude? Like blah blah blah. I'm like, didn't go to the school. Like all good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Catholic school news.
Do you mind if I ask how it went like telling baby daddy?
Well, it was...
Yeah.
Well, because I kind of already knew, I kind of said something to him. And it was shocking to... Like, it was absolutely shocking because, like, I'm 19. He was a year elder, so he was 20 already. And we kind of were just like, holy crap, like, this is it. Like, we are at a crossroads right now where we need to decide what we're going to do with our lives.
Yeah.
And I will never forget, he turned to me because I was talking to him about the bad word abortion. Yeah. Because I was 19, so I absolutely considered my options. 100%, this is my life.
Yeah.
He, at the time, turned to me and said, if you get an abortion, I'm leaving you.
Oh, no way. Oh, interesting.
So, yes, it was very interesting. And for me being the time, yes, I know. And me at the time, you're 19, you're pregnant. Yeah. I'm searching for anything to hold on to.
Yeah.
Like I need that. Like
validation.
Don't you fucking leave me. So I was like, okay, cool. Immediately off the table. I never thought about it again after he made that comment. So
that's
me too.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I know.
That is interesting.
It's very interesting.
And, he was around during, like, we can pop into, like, kind of, like, the whole 9 months of being pregnant.
Yeah.
You were working.
I worked right up until I gave birth, pretty much.
I know, it's crazy. So you worked at this, like, garden store, and you were let go, right?
Yeah, I worked at Mandeville Gardens.
Yeah.
And
they were, like, one of my old clients at, like, an old job.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because they had, like, clothing and stuff, and they worked in wholesale, and they would buy from us.
Okay, really random. They still have it. Their curry chicken wrap.
So good. Like, so good.
Oh, they have that.
And breakfast. Yeah.
But yeah, during your pregnancy, I feel like you were very supportive. You bounced between baby daddy's home, our parents' home.
Yeah, both equally supportive.
Yeah, totally.
I must give a shout out to baby daddy's parents.
Love
you did a good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
No, like everybody kind of just like, well, once we had decided, it was just like, okay. And then we all rose up to the occasion. Like, that's kind of what happened. It was weird.
It was so fun. Well, I mean, it was fun because, like, I'm not pregnant. I get a nephew. It was so cool. We were, like, doing baby names. We were very involved in the name choosing.
Yeah. Well, that's a struggle in its own. To pick a name that a human being is going to have forever.
So weird.
The pressure around that is crazy. But I got mine from a book, Noah. Noah came from a book that I was reading.
Oh, cute. Right, I remember this.
Yeah, and
do you remember the book?
Like, I don't, but I remember the cover.
Oh, cool.
It was about a girl, she was falling in water. It wasn't the most happiest of books, but he was the main character, was Noah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so I loved it.
That.
Yeah.
And, okay, so, like, leading up to birth, I planned the baby shower with my mom. Like, and baby daddy's family as well. Like, we all planned it. It was, like, at our house. And we did, like, the generic guess how big her tummy is with string and eat the baby food. And presents come. And, like, keep in mind, I'm, like, 16, 17. I'm like, I'm gonna make a joke. I don't know if
you're 17.
Do you remember what I gave you? I gave you an actual gift, but then I also gave you a box of condoms.
Oh right. Oh my gosh.
Thought, I'm just gonna let her open it in front of everyone.
I mean, why not?
Because I'm an asshole. I need to make mom approved. I don't know. We thought it was funny. That's the type of family we are. Because
it
you're
was
pregnant,
so funny.
You didn't use these.
Yeah.
So she opens it, and half the crowd found it funny. A lot of our family members did not find that funny.
Yeah. But it was still a very sticky situation.
I still gave her a good gift. That's funny, you guys.
It's a good gift because after you give birth, you're extremely fertile and you get pregnant like this.
And you're so horny. After you give birth.
Really?
Oh my gosh. And they run through you like that. You just want to have sex all the time.
But you can't for 8 weeks or something?
Definitely shouldn't. I don't recommend it. Yeah. And it also depends on your birth. We will find out, but I had a very tricky birth.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on the damage.
It didn't make me horny watching the birth. It was actually my form of birth control.
Yeah, that lasted forever.
Yeah, that was really traumatizing. So leading up to your due date, actually, was January 30th.
Yeah, the day before he actually came.
Yeah,
and I was right on time.
Just picture it. Sarah, 5'2", 5'3" at best.
Yeah.
Just full term, waddling,
Were you pretty big?
I was all belly.
All belly. She is the perfect pregnant person because she only gained weight in her stomach. But
oh, nice.
Being small, it's only
it was everywhere.
I don't even know. I have a couple of photos, but me again, I'm a teenager. I think this is all butterflies.
Because Teen Mom was huge on TV.
Oh, I forgot to say this.
Yeah.
As soon as she told me she was pregnant, I said, I'm signing you up for Teen Mom. And she's like, absolutely not. I'm like,
do you see the careers those girls have from being on that show?
I should have done it. The money those girls made.
And you could have been an Amber.
Superstar.
No. You'd be Audrey's my favorite. Or Aubrey, no.
Good job.
Oh, fuck. What's her name?
Her daughter is
Macy?
Aubrey.
Yeah.
Macy?
Chelsea.
She's so cute. I do like her.
So you would turn out like her.
Oh my God. Shout out to Kelsey. Love you. Yeah, I'm working on my sex tape, so it's fine. Yeah, no big deal.
So the 30th comes as her due date, and I'm looking up Google, how do we get this kick started?
Oh, but hold on, it was the 29th because I was in labor for the whole 30th, and he was born the morning of the 31st.
Yeah, her labor was insane.
It was so long.
The morning of her due date, I'm we're gonna have this baby on time.
We're doing it.
Me, I'm gonna do it. So I was okay, spicy food check. I got a 9-month pregnant woman on a treadmill.
Yeah.
I got her walking.
Did you do castor oil?
No, we didn't do castor oil.
I did not.
My sister did the castor oil. She was literally was I don't even think it was her due date yet. And she's get this thing out of me right now. She's taking castor oil. She went to the hospital. They're you're not.
I don't
go
blame
home.
her. Yeah.
And then she the next time she went back, she forced them. She's no, I'm staying here. And she was just taking it. And then we were finally counting the contractions.
No, I don't blame her because being pregnant at the very end, it takes everything out of you.
Painful. And so I had her on a big bouncy ball. There's a photo of me
exercise ball.
Exercise ball, literally an hour before her water breaks or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I don't think her water breaks actually. It broke at home.
No, it broke at home.
You had contractions.
No, they did it for me at the hospital.
Right,
they broke it for me.
Which is more common.
And it was so painful. Oh my
it's
God.
not the movies where you gush a giant amount.
But it feels like an entire river just comes out
really?
of you. Yeah. But you have no control over it. So it kind of just happens. So yeah.
It's not you can contract if you're holding in a pee. Because it's going from a different place.
Exactly. It's coming from it's coming from a very different place. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. What the I saw a lot of things during this 36-hour thing. So she has her contractions. We're I remember we're on our mom's bed. We're holding her back. You good? And we're timing contractions. We're it's hospital time. And so we all get there. And you had a lot of people in your delivery room.
I had so many people, which
they allowed that many people. When it was go time, you could have as many as you wanted.
Yeah, because
I'm not even sure. To be honest, I had so many drugs going on that day.
Okay, yeah, I thought we actually have some photos of again, we're just children. She's hopped up on our epidural. She's trying to sleep, and we're taking photos. Baby daddy's pretending to catch a football. I have a couple of photos of me playing tricks on her when she's asleep. Child, children. But it was okay, so you, obviously. Me and mom.
Yeah, then the baby daddy's parents, baby daddy,
mom, and sister.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
And so walk us through how you were feeling during this whole time.
Well, I was really fucking scared of giving birth before all this. Like, ugh. But they happened when I was still living in New West, and the contractions happened in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. on the 29th or the 30th, something like that. Anyway, so I got mom to come and pick me up, and then she brought me to her house, and I was just like, give me your bed. Like, I need space. Like, I don't feel good. And all day. Like, they happened all day, and they hurt so bad, and like you're kind of just like walking around like prepping to push a human out of your body. Which, I mean, like, it's so cool, but at the same time it's just like
creepy.
Ugh, like gross. So when it was time to go, like, we all knew it was time to go because you, as you said, you were timing it, and everybody was like ready. The bag was packed, we had the outfits ready,
and we lived like 5 minutes from the hospital.
Yeah, like super close.
With traffic, like.
Yeah, like so close.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and then all of a sudden you're just like, you're in, like, you're going to the baby ward, and you're in the bed, and like you have nurses coming at you, and you have people coming at you, and you got like stuff going in your arms, and you're just like, holy fuck, what's
really
going
overwhelmed.
on?
Just like,
yeah, like it was so much happening. It was so much happening, and like, and then you're in pain, and like people are like coming up to touch you. Like, I had one nurse, and like she kept like touching me, and I literally I was like, please, I really like, can you please not touch me? Can you please not touch me? And then she kept like touching me, so I was like, can you fucking not touch me? And like I yelled at her, like, I feel so bad.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably like one of the nicest things I've ever heard.
I was just so over it, but it was an experience. And then you got to see it all. You were front and center, and
a lot of things, like a lot. I just like wasn't prepared. I didn't remember the sex ed video from grade 5. Like, it was just like really, it was very jarring.
No,
so,
that went out the window.
I mean, you can speak on this obviously because I'm not the one giving birth, but like, you were pushing and you had a crazy effing nurse who was so rude to you, or like she wasn't encouraging.
She's the one I yelled at.
Before, but you were like in pain, and then you just give up.
Yeah, I did. I completely like.
She gives up.
Yeah, like in the middle of pushing Noah out, like I was just like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this because like you're so tired, and like nobody talks to you about that.
Yeah.
Like, not one person tells you that giving birth is hard.
And you're doing it on an empty stomach.
Yeah, you can't eat.
Because you can't eat. I remember my mom said she was like, you can't even drink too, right?
No water except for ice chips. Yeah, and
I don't get it. Why ice chips? Is it just because you can't chug it?
Yeah, exactly. And it can sit in your mouth and wet your mouth to give you the illusion that you're drinking water, but it's such a fucking lie. It was because nobody ever talks to you about like how hard it is. But once it's over, it's over. Like, soon as he's out, no pain, gone. It's as if you didn't do anything at all.
What about the placenta? Do they just pull it out?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
I'll tell you.
I chose not to look at it. I didn't look at it very much. I chose not to do any of that stuff. But we had a small issue because some of it got left behind in me. So I had they had to, maybe not that, but like they had to go.
Suction.
Yeah, they did. They had to like go back in.
Sorry, graphic warning.
Yeah, graphic. They had to
like super graphic. What I'm about to say, I've heard.
Yeah. No, they had to go in pretty much and get it out because it can't stay in you, which is weird because you produce it, but the second it's in your body, it will hurt you.
Yeah, it's like infectious.
Well, because it's not connected to anything, so it's just like dead tissue, I guess.
Correct. It's like a sack for
Okay. So from a person who was literally pushed in front to see front and center when I like didn't want to.
Who did that to you?
Okay, well, it was actually really funny because like, okay, so our dad obviously wasn't in the room.
No.
But like he was outside so he can hear his daughter like crying, and so he felt like really bad. So he like just peeped his head. Can't see anything because she's like whatever, and it was not when she was actually giving her. She's like, how's it going? And he was like, turn around, get front center. It's gonna be great. And I'm like, okay,
gonna be great.
And so
he knew that was your birth control. He knew what he was doing.
Like, if she sees this, she won't have one. And like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So before the birth and whatever, they needed to make room for him to come. Sometimes if you're like a little small, they
have to cut you. Yeah, she took scissors. Yeah,
they did warn Mom and I who were holding Sarah's feet.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden this motherfucker just takes out scissors, and my mom, you just see her let go of the foot, and all the nurses are like, mom's fainting. So they leave Sarah giving birth to get my mom to sit down in the chair, and mom's like,
sin. I feel so bad.
Me and the baby daddy's sister were like, I had nightmares about that for like weeks. Like if they had warned me, we wouldn't have looked like it was so
God, this is like low-key traumatic because like I want to get pregnant in the next year, and I'm just like
no, and do it. Like do it. I so recommend it.
And so anyways, so that happened, baby's out, great. Also like didn't really remember the placenta. And so it just comes, and they have garbage bags on the floor to catch it. And
it just like comes right out.
So I don't push it out. Like, or maybe I did push it.
So you give a baby, and then you push out a little bit. You get a baby.
Here's my baby.
You push the baby out, and then you have to push this placenta out if you're having a little trouble, which you did.
Which I did.
I was like I was like, what's happening? And so I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And so then it comes out as a sack, but once it hits the floor, it's not a sack anymore.
Oh, then it's like.
And I was like, I literally went, what?
Like it kind of just like goes, it sprays. It kind of just like goes everywhere.
Yeah,
interesting.
I was like a water balloon that hits the ground, basically. Like,
I thought it was like thin and flat because I've heard of like
if it doesn't break, that's what it'll look like. But hers,
it's like a jelly sack.
Yeah,
it missed the table and fell on the floor.
No, it went right to the floor into this garbage bag. Trust me, first front row seat here.
So awful.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. Forgot that you had to do that. And then so then you have the baby, and he's so cute.
He's so cute.
I posted a Taylor Swift, "Oh Darling, Don't You Ever Grow Up."
Oh,
that was
love.
my profile photo. In my
Makes me so emotional. I love it.
So cute.
Yeah.
Loved him so much that I didn't focus on school and got kicked out a couple months later.
Is that what happened? Because like it was so soon. It was so soon.
Okay, so walk us through. Now you've had the baby, you're home, you recovered, you're great, but like how was it being like a teen mom? I think in a couple of years you kind of went through a rebellious stage.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't experience the things you got to experience before baby life. Like,
totally. It's like all of that.
Okay.
Like all of that in one. Like because I got pregnant so early on in life, like I did not go to university and did the whole university thing, and I didn't, I wasn't a big drinker and blah, blah, blah. So all that for sure played a big factor into like my friendship life. Mm-hmm. It played a big factor into like my own self-esteem, like all that, because you're so young. Yeah. And all of a sudden you're just like, here is this big box of responsibility and don't you dare drop it. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh fuck, like what the hell? But it's very interesting because it's so cool and it's so rewarding because now me and this little dude, we get to grow up together.
Yeah.
Like we have lived our life together and it's almost so new because he's experiencing things for the first time. I'm experiencing things for the first time and then we get to do it together. So like it's so cool and like I love that part. But the biggest thing I have to say is for people out there, don't comment on young, pregnant, or young moms. Like, it affects us. It affects people because people just say things and they don't think about it.
But what's weird though is like their generation, it was normal.
I know.
Like so your age was totally normal for someone to have a kid.
People, some people like in your grade that were like your friends said things that were just like totally shocking.
Yeah.
But I feel like just like shout out to Nan and Poppy, Goulden, our parents.
Kudos.
Like I felt like you were so supported, specifically in the first year of life because you had both.
Well, I moved into mom's house.
Yeah, and like I even say that like I grew up with Noah too. Like, we had Noah, like he still stays at our house a lot. So we see him a lot, which is amazing.
And it's so good for Noah too to have that bond with you guys because he gets to grow up with it already. You know? Yeah.
And you were with baby daddy up until like close to his first birthday?
No.
I can't remember.
We were so young. Yeah. So I 100% do not fault him at all. But no, he couldn't handle it because it's a lot of responsibility. And I'm a woman and I expect a lot. And he is a little baby and he respects a lot. And some people just aren't up for the challenge.
You're type A. You know what you want. You know how you want it.
Mm-hmm. And I need that. And so he decided to leave around 8 months old. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the first birthday. I have photos.
No, and then he would continuously come in and out until Noah was about 3-ish. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I put my foot down and I said, you are not allowed to come back unless you're back for good.
Yeah. Like no trickling in and out.
Yeah.
He'll remember
and then after I said that, he never came back. Yeah. That was it. He never came back.
And before that, you fought for custody.
Yeah, we ended up, we went to court. Unfortunately, he did not show up to the court date. So that automatically, it was an easy win for us. We were kind of in and out immediately. But the steps leading up to that, it was a lot. It is a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of time.
Well, you have to convince the court, basically.
Yeah, totally. But luckily, I had a lot of things going with me. So it was very easy for me, but I couldn't imagine people in a very sticky situation. Like, it can get gross really quick. Like, super quick.
Yeah, very interesting. But I felt like you had a couple of good years, and then you obviously started dating again, which probably would have been weird. Again, I think you dabbled in you went down a wrong path yet again.
Totally.
Quick turn.
Quick turn. It was like a quick U-turn.
Quick fork in the road.
But we all noticed it. So, what was going on with you when he was a toddler?
You know, it's because when you're in your 20s, those are your selfish years. Yeah. Like, you're like, it is all about me and my life. And when you're 100,
just like
that's all me. So when you're going through that and you're in your early 20s and your whole life is about you, and then you need to share that with somebody else, you almost build up, and I don't want to say like aggression or anything like that, but you build up this sort of miss. Like, you miss the severe part of you, and then you will do anything to go and find it. Like, you're like, I'm going to go catch that because that makes me feel like a teenager. Like, I miss that. Like, I missed all that. So when I found this group of friends that was so like carefree and drugs are cool and like, who cares if we're up till 3 a.m.? We have no responsibilities. I don't even have a job. I was like, sign me up for that. Absolutely,
like, Poppy can look after him. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Like 100. Like, you just get so lost in that because that is what you didn't get to do. When you were 19, 20, 21, 22. You know, like so that plays a huge factor in that. So I searched for anything that would give it to me, and there they were, and I was like, excellent. So I jumped on that train hardcore. Out late, you know, experimenting with all this kind of stuff, meeting all the wrong dudes, and you're just like, oh, well, this feels good. Like, who cares, like, about anything else? And then you just kind of get lost in that, and then the more it feels good, the more you want to do it. And I'm like, yes. So
what was your drug of choice?
Definitely cocaine. Because but that didn't happen until later. I left kind of that group, and then I got my shit back together. And then I met my ex-boyfriend before the one that I'm with now. He,
the one you're with.
Shout out to you, baby. The one I'm with now. So with my ex-boyfriend, he had moved here to get away from a drug habit.
And brought it with him.
100%. And me being naive, I was just like, oh, you're over it? Cool. Like, proud of you. Like, absolutely not. Like, fuck no. If a dude talks about any sort of drug past, you know it's still with him. Like, it's still there.
It's not something that goes away.
No, totally.
Never.
They're forever for the rest of their lives fighting
totally. That. So then you find a drug that makes you feel so good immediately, and then you get so addicted to it quickly, and all of a sudden, that's your life. That is your life. And I realized that I had an addiction, and I stopped that day, and I never did it again. I was standing in the shower at 7:30 a.m. thinking about blow.
Wow.
I'm going to go out and get it, and I'm going to come home and do it. And then I was like, holy shit. That's it.
No problem.
And I walked out of that shower, and I never did it again.
How long had you been doing it for?
A year.
Okay.
Like a while. Like a long time.
Day?
No, it was like every second. When Noah wasn't with us. So that would be every second weekend or something like that.
That's responsible, at least.
It was never. I definitely want to make it clear. Noah was never in my house.
Parties or anything like
that. But when I didn't have it, that's all I was thinking about. Like, I was
that's
like, oh,
nice.
man.
So crazy.
It's amazing how much it consumes you.
Yeah. Totally. And I feel like the boyfriends that you've dated, like, I'll just say, they're not in your life anymore, but they all sucked.
Oh,
and I feel like you can really talk on this being like, it's hard to date when you're young and a mom because you have to pick someone that's okay with being a potential stepdad. Like, of course you don't have to be a stepdad day one, but like,
you do eventually.
Of course. Like, if things are going well, you're going to be introduced to him and it's going to be a thing. And I felt like I don't want to put words in your mouth, but like, you were just with the guys, obviously, that made you feel good. They're so 100%. Good to you, but then when it came to Noah, they're like, they
100%. Oh, absolutely. Like, I won't even deny that because like I'm so in that selfish phase, and they made me feel so good and youthful and fun, and like who cares about anything?
Yeah, because they were in their young 20s.
100%. Yeah, like 100%. And like kudos to you. Like that's how you should be living your life at that time. But unfortunately, like my 20s came with like almost like my 40s. I'm an adult. I have a child, and I expect things, and I expect my things to be done and or given to me.
Totally.
And they all did fun. They gave me fun and no responsibility.
Yeah, that's interesting. But now you met a great guy who's like so cute. He like took Noah on a boys camping weekend by himself.
That's so cute.
Liked any guy that she's ever brought home. Yeah, and I don't think they like me. Like, I'll be transparent. I've been called bitch a couple of times. We did.
They were so rude. Yeah,
so rude. But you know what? I was also sassy back because if I don't like you, you're probably gonna know it.
As you should be. You should never take shit.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So, love the new guy. He's not new. He's been around for years.
No, he's been around for a while.
We love him. And he loves us, kind of, I think.
Oh, he definitely does. Yeah.
But crazy life, and you're only 29. Noah,
crazy.
So you're turning 30. I'm turning 28 on December 22nd. And Noah's turning 10 in January. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So good. How do you feel?
I feel different because all my friends are having kids. And
that's exciting.
I don't have a baby anymore, and that's all they do. They have babies.
It's actually really funny because a lot of people from her grade are having kids now. They're married and have kids. And I'm like, well, Sarah already did that 10 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
did it. Yeah, no, I know. Everybody's all having babies now, and we're just in totally different parts of our lives. Like, I did that already, and they're just doing it. And some of them have even said, like, you did the right thing.
Yeah,
like, you are a 30-year-old with, like, a 10-year-old that you're friends with. And I'm a 30-year-old with a 2-month-old baby sitting on the couch, and I'm like, I'm going snowboarding with my kids. See ya.
No, totally.
Would you have ever another one? Ooh.
I don't know because every time I see baby anything, I'm like, I want a baby. This is it. But then I just got my freedom back.
Yeah.
Like
it's so different, I feel.
Like, it's so different. Like, I feel like if I had 2 back-to-back, absolutely, I'd be done. Yeah. Never.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice the guy that you're with also is kind of like, if it happened or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's not
very,
like
whatever. Yeah.
Because I feel like it would be kind of hard for you if like a guy was like, I absolutely need a kid of my own.
Oh, it'd be hard.
Then you'd be like, oh my gosh, like that's like you're again pressured into something that you didn't necessarily want. So it's really good to make your own decision. And you're only 30, so you have so much time. And no one can like help you out. He's such a cute little big brother.
I know.
And it would be nice because he would be like old enough, because me and my sister are 5 years apart, and that 5 years was always such an awkward time because we were always in different parts of our lives. Like when I was 10, she was 15. Like I was still like playing with like video games, and she was like having sex, I'm sure. So
true.
It's very, but I imagine like maybe by the time he's like 15, maybe you're ready for that. Then he's like old enough that he's like an adult.
He's an adult
about it.
Totally,
you know?
totally.
Yeah, we're only 2 years apart, and it's like really funny because I feel like we were like best friends when we were little.
Yeah.
And then teenagers, we were friends, but also like the whole like get out, my friends. Why are you with me? Like you know, like high school, we were like obviously loved each other, but
totally,
we're, the classic sisters. And then I feel like not that we just sort of drifted apart, but like after Noah, it was kind
of like I definitely separated myself from you, because of my lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And we worked it out, and we're like best friends now. We go on sister trips like every year. It's like really fun to like get that back as well.
I like love. Yeah, I'm so happy we're at this stage.
And we have like a cousin Erin, who's like our third sister. She comes with us. You know,
love it. Shout
you
out
guys
to
have
you,
like
girl.
common interests. Like my sister always wants me to go camping, and I'm like,
that's me though.
This is really funny because Sarah. Okay, I feel like we did role reversal in our lives because
I think so too.
When I was younger, I was like tomboy, every sports. My room was super clean. Like I got like my shit together. Sarah
was dance and ballet and like
nail polish,
pretty
makeup,
things. Absolutely.
Like my room was messy, and then high school took a turn, and it just like kind of switched.
We switched
a little bit. Like I was like super messy, and I was like girly girl. And then after university and stuff, like you became super outdoorsy.
Yeah.
I'm super city. Like
she
lives
mountains.
in Squamish, which is a mountain town. I live downtown Vancouver.
We're very different
like,
that way.
Go out, it's so funny. Like they'll go out kayaking in the rain, and I'm like, but it's rainy. You don't go outside when it's raining.
It's like my favorite time to do it.
She's like, yeah, we're going camping. I'm like, in the rain. I'm confused. we're on the couch watching TV when it rains.
Yeah.
No, it's so funny.
Same for me and my sister. My mom always thought that I was gonna get married young, have kids young, and that my sister was gonna like party into her 30s, and it was like the other way. But I didn't party my way into my 30s or anything. I kind of medium
party. Nice, you spread it out. I think I've partied a good amount.
Like, I would say so. Yeah.
I felt like I'm always like have a hangover. Like I'm done with that. Like I'm so over it. Like I do want to settle down. So.
I feel like I'm in like the in between. I don't party hard right now because like COVID. You can't party because like I don't like house parties that much for some reason. I want to go to like a bar or like a club where I want there to be like so blaring music.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I love a house party, but I love like being single. If I go to a house party with all people that I know, I like to go to bars and stuff so I can meet people.
Totally. That makes sense.
People. And like, it's really funny because like I am the single person in our group now, and like even our my girlfriends are like, let's go to dinner, like at my house, we'll make dinner. I'm like, can we just go out to a restaurant? Like I just need to be around people because I live alone, like blah, blah, blah. Like I don't want
that's how you meet people.
Exactly. So I have like a great in between. Like I love making dinner for my friends, but like the next weekend, let's go out. Like I just need a balance.
That's fair. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Single life.
Yeah, but anyway, do you have anything else to spill?
No, I feel like
good.
Yeah.
You scared me shitless. I didn't want to get pregnant. But Alex, do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. Not off the top of my head. But thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it's like kind of invasive a little bit, but I like this shit.
Yeah, no, I like it too. I mean, why not?
Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening and watching.
Yeah,
we really appreciate it. I feel like we learned a little bit more about your life, also what it's like to be like a teen mom kind of thing.
It's definitely hard, but like don't give up. Like it will get better. Like I'm so happy and settled in my life.
Yeah.
And I wasn't for so many years, my own doing. But don't ever give up. Like it gets hard.
You get a cute kid out of it.
Yeah,
like Noah's the freaking best. He's like my best friend.
He's so cute. Toni Rose shows me pictures like all the time. Like the one that's like ingrained in my brain is the detective one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he loves.
Years ago, and it's really funny. Really last story, but like he grew up on YouTube rather than like TV and movies. So he wants to be like a YouTube star. So I gave him like a video. He has a couple YouTube videos
channel.
He like videotapes it once in a while. He's like, Auntie, we need to get my YouTube up and running. I'm like, it's up to you, kid. Like, you video it and I'll upload it. Like, you film it, I'll do it. So he has like a couple of videos. He's just like so cute. I love him.
Yeah, I love him.
He's gonna be an actor.
He is.
I'm gonna be an integer.
An integer. That's perfect.
Yeah. I love it. You're hired.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no.
Give me a cut.
You're hired.
No, you're hired.
Sarah gets a 10% birthing fee. I get a 20% manager fee, and then Noah gets the rest.
That's kind of fair. Yeah, I'll definitely take a birthing fee for sure.
But okay, where can they follow you? I know you only have one social. If you want them to follow you.
No, I'm on Instagram. You guys can find me. Oh my gosh, actually, I don't even know my name. I don't even know
it's like Sara Goulden with like 3 A's or something.
Yeah, I'm Sara Goulden with 3 A's. Sara _ Goulden.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my full name. Follow me if you want to. That was painful and dramatic. So
mine is Toni Rose Goulden, Toni with an I.
Mine is Alex _ French, 2 X's, 2 H's.
Follow our obviously our podcast account on We Apologize Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, do it.
Check out our YouTube. We just started it up this season. It's going really well. Hopefully.
TikTok. We have a TikTok.
We have a TikTok as well. 3 times a week.
Cute. Oh my God, follow.
Yeah, follow. We Apologize Podcast on everything, and we will see you next weekend.
Exciting.
Bye.
Bye.